Also, subscribe to us on any podcasting platform.
What's going on? BLJ here, the best hype man in the NBA. Man, I'm here with Let's Be Real. Tune in. Hello.
Let's be real. All right, we back. The finale, the final of the divisional series that we've started since July. Let's Be Real Sports Podcast.
It is the perfect way to end it today with the first game being tomorrow. See, that's why we got y'all. See, we looking out for y'all. See.
Yep. Duke, what it do, man?
What's good, Ryan? What's good?
What up, Ryan? Just sipping on, Trev.
Now Savage.
One of these beatbox things is like $2.99 at the liquor store. 11% alcohol. I got the thing right here. So if y'all want to holler at us for a sponsor, holler at us.
You're dealing with right. He should have been in there in the first place.
Hey man, yeah.
He's throwing a lob to job. So
I didn't correct the intro. I played
one of his only assists, actually. Oh,
hey, bro was acting the fool in that game. Bro was acting the fool in the game against Luka. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I couldn't help but laugh at that. I was like, bro, if you was hitting shots here in Memphis, bro, you would be the man right now. But alas, what happened? It happened. So it is what it is.
Yeah, good riddance, man. Speaking of Dylan Brooks, we got a couple of Grizz Twitter coming on today to cover their teams in the NFL, NFC West. So we won't be talking much Grizzlies at least. It might sneak something in there, but NFL, hey, it's been a good ride. Glad to get the people we've had on so far. I give like a huge shout out at the end. Probably on Twitter. I don't have everybody's names down right now, but I give everybody to shout out. Everybody's been on the show since late July up until now. So before we get started, of course, always follow us on Twix. Shout out to C Hand for that Twix, Twitter or X, call it Twix over here. LBR_media. Also Instagram and TikTok, LBR_media. Subscribe on the show on YouTube, Let's Be Real Media. Also subscribe on your podcast audio platform, Let's Be Real Sports, and support the other podcasts on network 3 the harder way too. Y'all had y'all top 10 small forwards. Labor Day. So 2 days ago.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all right now, if they put Giannis over KD again, this may be the last episode of the season already. I'm telling y'all that right now.
Oh, y'all got power forwards coming up.
We got power forwards coming up.
So this is gonna be the last episode.
We ain't gonna get the centers.
So this is gonna be the last episode of the season then.
Try me.
Everybody tune in.
But you may have a point though, given where because KD did go a little bit further in the playoffs, even though it was just
he ain't even about that, Trevor. Just tune in. He ain't even about that, Trevor. He ain't
even
about
I got you. You know I'm gonna tune in, so I got you.
So in next 3 harder way, and also we have the James support on the network. Well, without further ado, let's hear our ad read from our sponsorship over at BetStamp. Sports betting has rapidly risen in popularity, and I want to connect you all with the opportunity to get started or get ahead. Having multiple sportsbook accounts is the simplest way to maximize your profits, and there has never been a better time to sign up. When you visit our page, signupexpert.com/LBR, you'll be connected to all the sports books in your region, along with the review of each platform and its unique benefits. All these sports books have valuable sign-up offers for new users, and when you register through our link, you will automatically receive the top offer at each one. When you use multiple sports books, you ensure that you can always access the best available odds, which is key to successful sports betting. If you want to take advantage of these benefits and support our brand, please consider signing up for your next sportsbook at signupexpert.com/LBR. All right, we back. Let's be real sports with our guests. First up, introducing ladies first, Candace Haggins, host of the Seahawks 360 podcast for Sports Ethos. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. Good to be on the show.
Hey, glad to have you. I think you're like the only Seahawks fan I probably know.
No, it ain't a lot of us.
Look, at this point in
Not
time,
in
we've
Memphis.
had somebody represent each team, and I'm just surprised at the people that actually came out. So you're just one of the few. It is what it is. But
I'm
thank
a
you
small
for
group,
being-
but we're special. It's cool.
Y'all consistently good too, so it's not.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's nothing to complain about.
And this guest, he's a returning guest. It's been a while since you had him on here when he hit us with the per Cal Seacom, trying to pass Cal Siakam, but
Hey, stop bringing up old stuff, please.
One of the first LBI guests. You're an LBI original.
Bro, my literally my brother from another mother. I mean,
What's up, y'all? It's Melvin. I've been on these guys. He's like my brothers right here. So talk some football. How you doing, Candace?
I'm good, Melvin. Good to meet you.
Yeah, same here.
man, all good.
Mm-mm.
Good.
I'm just excited to talk football, so I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, definitely. So we only got Seahawks and Rams today. Our 49ers guy couldn't make it, and
I represent Arizona.
I couldn't
I
find
was
out. I
just
guess
gonna say,
so.
did y'all
I
know
represent-
hold on.
Look, it's gonna be 2 minutes.
Hold on. We'll
2
cover.
minutes.
Hold on. We'll cover the Cardinals right here with 2 words. They tanking.
Yeah,
All right,
Right. That's how I started.
I thought y'all did it on purpose. I
It's
ain't-
over.
There you go.
It's done.
There you go.
Done for.
We up here getting reports talking about
First
Caleb
pick.
Williams. We up here talking about Caleb Williams thinking about going back to school, bro. That's not fair. There you go.
Here's the thing, though, man. Drake was out here. Drake was out
Hey,
here yesterday. He talking about how he might go to Phoenix.
I know he's not watching, but my cousin is a Cardinals fan, and I know he's gonna have
Oh,
that's
a
unfortunate.
Sorry.
He's my cousin hella busy, bro. He's coaching my old high school. He's coaching Mitchell High School football right now, running the softball team. So he's hella busy. If I could have gotten him, he would probably be on here right now. But
Mitchell High
You
School
need
probably
them
better.
other outlets. It's fine.
Mitchell High School probably better than the Cardinals right now.
Let's see who came to the show. Boy, you a Titans fan, man. You Titans fan with me.
hey, he could have came on just for the hell of it.
Why not?
I guess so.
I'm a
Might as
Cardinals
well,
fan
man.
tired anyway.
All right, so let's go get this stuff started. Of course, main entree. As we talking about, I guess, basically, you come on, you let us know stuff we don't know about the team. Basically, what they've done this offseason, expectations for the team coming up. Just give a real description that, like we just said, ain't that many Seahawks fans. No. A lot of people don't know anything about the Seahawks, like what's going on, what they've done this offseason. Rams, same thing. Everybody just assuming they're going to be trash this year because they were trash last year. So just give us input about the team, and so we can get like some real, true information. But so, Candace, you up first? The Seahawks.
All right. So, Seahawks, I'm pretty excited about this year. For us, everybody know the story. I will say I'm one of the few people who actually thought Geno was gonna start and thought Geno would do pretty well. Not gonna lie, he did better than even what I thought he was gonna do. But I give to my own horn right there. But anyway, it's been a good offseason. For the main thing for the Seahawks is rehauling the defensive line in particular. The defensive line was water. It was absolute water. Like it was, anybody can run through it. The run defense was absolutely awful. And so they pretty much fired everybody on the defensive line. They signed Draymond Jones from the Broncos. They signed Jaron Reed from the Packers / he's a Kansas City at first. They signed him back. He used to be with the Seahawks. So he's coming back. Mario Edwards, if y'all remember him, I think he was on the Titans last year. So signed him. So pretty much got that right now they're gonna be our starting 3. Then they drafted a couple rookies, Mike Morris and Cam Young. We'll see how they do for defensive line depth. But that's really the biggest question I feel like for the Seahawks, because pass defense was good. We had Tariq Woolen break out. He's a Pro Bowl corner as a rookie. He set the scene. We did draft Devin Witherspoon with the number 5 pick. If y'all saw that. Now I don't think he's actually gonna play on the outside to start. I think he's gonna play on the inside, and then they're probably gonna use him both inside and outside. So he'll be a slot corner and he's gonna be on the outside. But anyway, so we got that. So the pass defense is pretty, excited. We get Jamal Adams back this offseason. Pretty much didn't play all of last year. He got hurt literally in week 1. That sucks. So anyway, he's supposed to be coming back, so he'll be a new addition, and that's really the focus for the team in terms of where can this team go? Like, where can this team improve? Is going to be on the defensive end, because with all of the dead money that they took for paying Russell Wilson for being on the Broncos, they just didn't have the money to put into the defense like the way they needed to, especially on that defensive line. So they pretty much kept all of their dudes from the problem with the issue last year was they kept a bunch of dudes from the 4-3 defense, and then they changed to 3-4, and it was a disaster, as you saw. So they needed to find people that actually fit the scheme. They had the money to pay them this offseason, so that's what they did. And then, of course, our offense led by Geno. The question to everybody, and I guess I'll let y'all get your opinions on Geno and on his thoughts. A lot of people think he's gonna fall off. Watching him, I don't, because pretty much what he did was take what the defense gave him. Like, he can throw the deep ball if it's there. He'll check down Charlie if needed to. Like, he could throw pretty much at every level. And then they got us JSN. Jackson Smith-Njigba was a great steal in the draft. And one of the biggest issues last year was third down conversions. Now that's a third down dude. That dude is just going to move the chains. So I think he's going to be elite for the offense. We got better running back depth. Offense, to me, in the question. Where we go is on defense. That's going to see where we take us. And yeah. Okay, I don't want to talk too much. That's it.
Oh, good, man. I lead off the question saying it was kind of alluding to Geno Smith. So, basically, you kind of answered. You said you think he's still going to be good. I guess thinking organizational wise, do you think they're I know they signed to a 3-year extension. Do you think they're truly committed to him in the future, or do you think after this year he has to have a similar year to last year in order for them to truly be yeah, he's our guy for the next 5, 6, 7 years?
I think they're gonna keep him. Because honestly, Pete Carroll ain't trying to deal with no rookie. I'm just gonna be I really don't think he wants to deal with dealing with a new quarterback. I think they want to keep Geno, but they built in kind of the contract to set up where they built in outs if basically if Geno sucks, so that they wouldn't be stuck with this terrible contract with a team that really it's got young talent otherwise. So I think if he did anything close to what he did last year, they'll roll with him, and maybe they'll draft somebody in the 3rd round or the 4th, just to ask a backup to him. But that's probably all you're going to see. You have to have a pretty bad year for them to walk away.
Yeah, to go along with that, I was thinking the Titans, for instance, we have 2 quarterbacks backing up Tannehill that might be better for the starting spot next year. And the Seahawks has always been the team that I hear Trey Malik Willis there. So that might be so.
I never wanted Malik Willis. Nah, y'all gotta have
I think Geno is their guy. Because for one, he's buying into what Pete Carroll wants to do offensively,
exactly.
Just unlike Russell Wilson.
Exactly.
So if he's buying into what Pete Carroll wants to do, and to what Candace said, if he can at least duplicate just even half of what he did last season, Seattle could be right there. They could be there.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a question. So I know you talked about the defensive side. The defensive side of the ball. How much of an impact do you think bringing back Bobby Wagner will have on this defense going forward?
That's huge. I'm glad you brought that up. I overlooked that completely, but yeah, no, that's huge, particularly because the linebackers stunk. They just stunk. Jordan Brooks was cool. Jordan Brooks was good at keeping, doing and getting tackles, but his tackles was 4 or 5 yards down the field. What good is that? I think he really needs Bobby. They need somebody who's got play recognition. It was some discombobulation in terms of, Bobby was always the dude to get the defensive calls in. They had Jordan Brooks doing that. It didn't go well. They just need that stability. They need that rock. So Bobby coming back is big for the run defense. Yeah. And I saw a
I
question
got
in
a-
the chat. Somebody said, "Is Pete gonna retire?" No, he's not. Pete's actually not retiring. Like you would
Hey,
think
Pete
he
going to
would.
the wheels fall off at this point.
Yeah, they're gonna have to fire Pete. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think Pete gonna
Yeah, I
volunteer
think
to
that's the
go.
only way Pete Carroll's gonna be gone is if they fire him at this point.
And
Yeah,
also,
like
Yeah.
that made sense. That made sense when you was talking about him not wanting a rookie quarterback like him,
nah,
his age.
Yeah.
nah. They like he don't want to start. I think honestly, I think he want to win another Super Bowl, like because of how y'all know how the last Super Bowl we were in
Yeah.
went. I really think he trying to like rebuild a team so he can do it again before. Then I think he'd walk away. If we won a Super Bowl, he'd walk away. But until then, like he's just gonna be chewing gum on the sidelines for all eternity. I think.
Hey, for an 80-year-old, he can get around still. Trust
Yeah,
me.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, he
Really,
can
he
move.
don't look it. He don't look it at all.
Richard Sherman actually asked, Richard Sherman got his own podcast. He just interviewed Pete Carroll. They were talking about the Super Bowl and stuff. He actually asked him, is he going to retire? And he was like, no, man, I'm having the time of my life. I don't even think about that right now. So there you go.
Joe Biden having the time of his life. He president and old as hell, but that's neither here nor there. So I do have a couple questions for you. One, bringing back Geno. You talk about a player or quarterback who before the Seahawks or before last season, he had 34 total touchdowns, and he had 30 last season alone.
Yeah.
You were very, very confident from what you just said coming into that season. Can you tell us why? Because I think everybody on this podcast, for the most part, was like, Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, old ass. But like you said, you were very confident. But I just want to know why for question number one.
Yeah, no, great question. So pretty much going into the season, it's one thing I know about Pete Carroll is this. He doesn't like turnovers. And I watched Drew like play with the Broncos. So Pete was never going to trust Drew with the team. In fact, they had already traded for Drew, talking about at the Russell Wilson press conference, and he was talking about trying to re-sign Geno. So like one, I knew he had the backing of the coach, right? He really wanted Geno back on his team. Two, Geno played really well in the 3 games that we know Russ had a broken finger, and then he rushed himself back probably too soon, probably messed up his career to be honest. But anyway, rushed him back. He and in the 3 games that Geno played, he played well. Now, I think he went 1-2, so the record doesn't look good. But a couple things to keep in mind. One, when Geno first came in the Rams game that Russell got hurt, he pretty much spark plugged the team. And they were losing. It was a bad loss. He spark plugged the team, almost at a comeback win. But I think Tyler Lockett ended up tripping on the ball thrown to him, and then like it was an interception. So like it was an interception, but it wasn't really on him. But anyway, if you just watch the film on the guy, his accuracy, his feel for the game, his pocket presence was still there. And Russ always struggled with throwing over the middle with the Seahawks. And that was something Geno could do to help ignite the offense a little bit better. So I thought it might work better for Pete. I figured another year with Shane Waldron under the same offense, come back, run it back, him having a chance to really start for real, I thought he'd do well. Now, I thought he'd get the Seahawks to about 8 wins was my prediction last year. I was like 7-8 wins. I didn't think they'd quite get to 9, but I kind of thought he'd hold that level of play. But he did do better than I thought even.
What is y'all's identity? Because when I look at y'all team, you got 2 catchers that were 1,000 yarders. I think you got your running back for the future, but I'm not putting a lot of stock in a 5'9" running back. I'm damn near that height, but he had 1,000 yards.
Taller,
Hey, he from
You know what
Memphis.
I'm saying?
He from Memphis, man.
He is. I mean, it's cool, but 5'9", they trying to take the money. They trying to take the running back out the game now, but it is what it is. But like I said, y'all went from the Legion of Doom. Again, I'm a Panthers fan, so I know the wars that we've had against y'all, and I know how bad the Seahawks want to come back up and still continue to dominate the NFC. But like, just still, in your opinion, what is y'all identity? Right
now, it's in the offense. I can't say it's the defense. It got nothing to do with the defense. The defense just needs to be good enough. The identity is through the wide receiver room, which is probably one of the strengths of the team. Going top to bottom, you got DK Metcalf.
That's top 5.
Yeah, really, he's underrated because he's not going
top 5.
Yeah, it is. Like DK, you got Tyler Lockett, who's been 1,000-yard receiver forever, like literally every year. And then you throw in JSN to get those third down. Seahawks ain't never had a third down running back, but wide receiver. For real. Like third down, slot wide receiver, it's been a guy. Like it's a guy who literally would probably be out of the league the next year. Like I'm not kidding. Like those dudes are not actively in the league right now. So that makes all the difference in terms of third down conversions, in terms of moving the chains, in terms of actually getting DK open more, because everybody always runs 2 safety high coverage on him because he's DK Metcalf. You can do that if you want, but then JSN just gonna eat all day. So you really got to make a choice, and it makes the room more dynamic. And I don't know if y'all watch preseason and seen the Jake Bobo dude. Like he kind of been like, he's from UCLA. He's an undrafted rookie, and dude is slow as all get out, but he get open. That's all I can say. Like he is super slow. I didn't think he was gonna make the team, but the guy, that's our 4th down guy. Like a 4th string guy. I'm great with it.
Rank your receiving core
Top 3
amongst the league, because
Top
you're
three.
very
Bengals.
high.
Bengals, Dolphins.
She's saying top 3. I'm saying top 5.
Top 3?
I say top 3. Unless I'm missing
I'm
something now.
they top 5. I'm serious.
I say 5.
They serious.
Okay,
I say 5.
I say
I would
5
definitely
because
say top 5.
you
Y'all
got
got-
Chargers in there somewhere.
You got
Yeah,
the
you
nine.
got the
Bucks
Bengals.
are
Wait,
the
who's
Bucks
at
are
number
in there
3?
somewhere.
So you got
Who's
the
at number 3?
you got the Bengals, the Dolphins.
Vikings.
Y'all might-
I mean,
y'all
we
might
said
be
that was
number
gonna go down
three.
last season.
No,
That might be number 3.
The Vikings would have been if they still had Adam Thielen.
Adam
Yeah,
Thielen.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Interesting.
I think honestly, you got to put the Seahawks there. You got
Yeah.
the Bengals, obviously.
Right.
Dolphins.
The Dolphins is up there
Dolphins.
with Tyreek Hill
Right.
and Jalen
I
Waddle.
still say the Bucks.
Then I got
but
us right
still-
there.
And honestly,
Bucks up there
the
somewhere.
Bucks can still be there because
Yeah,
Mike Evans and
still
Chris
got-
Godwin
Mike
is a
Evans
nice
and Chris
little
Godwin.
tandem.
Still got
Who's
them
at
two.
number 3?
Yeah.
What do
Who's
y'all have 49ers?
Not
Yeah,
higher than the
cool.
Seahawks.
No.
I like IU cool, but he ain't that. Him and Debo.
I
better
had
than
yeah.
if I had them rank them, they're on the cusp of the top 5, but they
Bills.
just like right
Who's
outside.
the Bills number 2? I don't. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I mean, I would put
Oh,
the Bills in
Eagles.
there.
The Eagles got to be up there
The
somewhere.
Eagles,
but-
the Eagles are up there,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Eagles are up there.
Because I said I had the 49ers out the top 5, but I couldn't think who else was in there. Thank you, Savage, for just reminding me.
National
Yeah.
media acting like the Jags already up there, but let me see. Kevin.
Nah,
Really
they
played
just-
this
You
year.
said the
They
Jags?
just got- they just
That's what
got
the national
Cowboys.
media. National media acting like that. Let me see it because they
Okay.
acting like they acting like Kevin really the best wide receiver in the NFL. But what I've been seeing.
Nah.
But my question, going back to the running backs, I was hesitant to draft Kenny Walker this year because every time I read up on it, y'all drafted a running back in the 2nd round, Zach Charbonnet.
Charbonnet, yep.
And every time it was like he might be splitting carries from him. So what is your sense of the running back?
Okay. Ken's gonna be the guy. He's gonna be the guy, but they needed somebody who can get 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and that's not Ken Walker. Like that's not your dude. Like the guy when he's kind of boom or bust, to be honest. Like now part of that his fall off last year, at the end of last year, had to do with the fact that all our running backs got hurt, so he really had no depth. But also like he just don't know how to he's not a power dude. So they got Jack Charbonnet because one, if you well, y'all don't follow the Seahawks. Seahawks had 5 running backs last year, and they still ran out of running backs. Like our running backs get injured. Like it's the Marshawn Lynch curse. Like ever since Marshawn Lynch left, we cannot keep a healthy running back room. Period. Like we had Rashad Penny. Y'all know how that went. Not great.
Chris
Carson.
Carson.
Chris
yeah.
Carson, he
yeah.
retired
He's-
early because of injury.
Yeah.
Like can't stay healthy. So they needed some healthy guys. They needed some good guys who could start in Ken Walker's place if he got hurt. But also right now, Zach Charbonnet is not even a 2nd string running back according to the depth chart. I can't believe that, but he is 3rd string right now, which is I disagree with strongly. But anyway, so he's not gonna be splitting too many carries. If DJ Dallas is his competition, he's still gonna be the dude. But it could change, and I hope it changes and evolves over the season because that would upset me. To be honest.
And anybody in our LPR fantasy league got Kenny Walker. I'm being
Yeah.
DM soon.
Yeah, he's still gonna be straight. He's still gonna be a good fantasy choice.
He won me some games last year. So yeah.
You say you what?
He won me some
You
games
want
last
the
year.
game?
Yeah,
Yeah. Off the waiver wire. Yeah.
yeah.
Game
He
too
gonna do that.
clutch.
Let me add this though. I will say this. My only concern, really, with the offense is the ability to make running lanes on the offensive line. Real concerned about that. So that if there's gonna be something to impact Ken Walker's fantasy status, is that Now it's an upgrade from last year because we had like the worst center in football, literally last year. And so at the end of the year, it got rough. Austin Blythe was who we had, and he was he used to play for the Chiefs, but then he took off a year, played for us, and then he retired. He should have retired. Like he just should have stayed like gone because the year kept going. Started off okay, and it went like off a cliff. So anyway, that would be my only other concern. We got a new center from the Lions, and I think that will help. But the preseason will look great. I'll say that. I'm a little worried. They'll be able to pass protect, but can they like push at the line of scrimmage?
Block.
Yeah, run block is, I don't know.
I feel like that's been a broken record with you guys is the offensive line. So I'm really hoping that there's some kind of change going forward with the Seahawks. It seems like every year, I guess because management does not invest in the offensive line, but just hearing what you're talking about.
Let me clear that
just for y'all's sake, because like you guys definitely are on the upswing in the NFL. I just hope that you guys finally decide to address that offensive line issue that has plagued y'all for practically 5+ years at this point. So.
Let me give some context. You're right, but let me give context. One, I still feel and strongly feel that Russ has a lot to do with making the offensive line look bad. Because the Broncos, everybody said, had a better offensive line before he went to Broncos. And guess what? They had the worst offensive line in football now. So I'm just saying, like, he looked bad in the preseason too. I'm just saying the guy takes a lot of sacks. So what they did was they used to, the strategy used to be emphasizing the run game. So they used to have a lot of run blockers, but no pass protectors. Right now, we got great pass protection. They got drafted 2 rookies. Two rookie tackles. I think they're gonna be really good. I really do. They can pass. They came from pass protecting programs. It's almost like they did the opposite of what they did with Rush. So now we can pass protect all day long, but like we just need to get good enough run protection. And I'd rather have that problem. You know what I mean? In the NFL, like you want to be able to pass
protect. Heavy league, so you much rather have your pass protect than
exactly.
Exactly. So,
same thing with the center. Like the center they got is a better pass blocker. It's really the problem when it comes to run game. Everybody is really good at pass protecting, but like got to be able to run block at least a little bit, and that's gonna be the question. So you're right, but important context to keep in mind.
But thanks for the context, because I just from the outside looking in, from what I'm seeing, it's been an issue there, and I'm like, when are they going to get to that point? But I do like the play that Russ probably has something to do with it. So thanks for that.
I got on the ball too long. I also thought that was cap.
O-line this year. See what happened. They just got Mike McGlinchey from the 49ers, and we'll see how good they look.
I also thought that was cap when they said the Broncos also had a good O-line. That was my critique of them when he went there. Like, they never had a good O-line.
Now I think about it, wasn't Russ the most sacked QB last season?
He was. So. He got sacked more than he ever got sacked with Seattle. For real. Like, he literally got sacked more than he ever got sacked with Seattle, and he played less games. So,
terrible.
Out of my hands. But
I got one more final question. Because y'all done brought him up, so I gotta ask. So I feel like Russ is done. He's done with the NFL. Sean Payton talking about he getting tired of him kissing babies when that's what he's here for. Russell Wilson is done. He's finished. What are your thoughts on Russell Wilson right now?
I think he's gonna be better than last year, but that ain't saying much. Truly, I sort of hinted at this. I threw it out there before, but Russ hurt his finger. It had to be surgically fixed, and he was back in 3 games. His deep ball, I don't think will ever look the same as a result. There are consequences to rushing yourself back from a major surgery like that, where you literally had to get fingers put back in place, and then you're going to try to grip a football. He was grabbing a football 24 hours later. I don't think he's ever going to be able to get back to what he was, and he was a deep, scrambling. But his deep ball was one of the best in the league. I don't know if he'll ever be able to get that back. It always looks off to me, and it's probably because he rushed back from that surgery.
So you need to have a seat next to me on this couch, bro, because you talk about Russell Wilson that way, the exact same way I talk about Aaron Rodgers. So let's get it.
They both old ass people that need to take care of their families.
What family Aaron Rodgers got?
Aaron Rodgers ain't got
Right.
What family Aaron Rodgers got besides?
That's why.
He ain't got
That's
nothing to do but play football.
His family.
But that is a good point though. I forgot all about Russ rushing back quick that season with that messed up finger, and it's definitely shown. It's shown last season. Like you said, he probably will be a tad bit better, but it's not going to be saying a whole lot.
Nah, it looks like they're gonna have him scramble more. But to me, that's just gonna take years off his football life. So
what years? What more?
He like what he's
No,
like
he's gonna be running for his life. I'm telling you, he gonna be running for his life. He gonna
for
finish
sure.
out his contract, and he gonna be a family man after that.
Collecting dollars.
Like.
Collecting checks.
He'll have to at least be average to keep that contract though, because I think Sean Payton ain't really got no.
I think Sean will probably do.
They owe him though.
They'll eat that contract if they need to. If he doesn't play at least average, he got to play at least average. Now, can he?
That remains to be seen. Yep.
I guess he can play average. I don't know.
He is done for. Put a knife in him. Put a fork in him.
I
love this.
I can't argue
right
with
now. See, I thought I was by myself when I was saying the same thing about Aaron Rodgers. I'm glad he's here with me talking about this with Russell Wilson. So,
my man got 18 kids now. He is not worried about the NFL.
But he was talking about playing till he's 45. Now that ain't gonna happen. But I think
he make it to 35.
Play as long as he can play.
He didn't make it 35 first before you talking about
he turned 35 in November. Hopefully he make it to November.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think they'll give him to November, but after that, I don't know.
Last two questions before we move on from our comments. Savage said, "How good are you expecting Woolen and Bryant to be?"
Great question. Okay, so I think Woolen is going to be great. I don't think he'll be as great as he was last year. I think technique-wise he will be improved because the guy had only been playing a position for like 3 years, so he's still really raw. Got a lot of growing to do, but people ain't gonna be throwing at him like that. Like everybody didn't learn that. You can pick on him if you want to, but it's gonna be a pick. Like that's really just it. So I think he's gonna get less targets. Kobe Bryant, I don't know if we're gonna see him this year. He was pretty bad. They moved him to nickel. Originally in college he played on the outside. They moved him to the nickel spot, and he struggled. I think they like Devin Witherspoon, who they just drafted at that position more, and they like his versatility. You're more likely to see that. They've been playing Kobe Bryant at safety all offseason. I think they like him at safety, so he's gonna be kind of like a second or third string safety. And I don't know how much playing time he's gonna get because they even took him off the cornerback like depth chart list. Like you're not even on there under that no more. So yeah, but I still like the kid a lot. I mean, it's probably to his advantage because he was great at forcing fumbles. He had 4 like back to back to back. He can come downhill. He's not quick, but he's fast, if that makes sense. So he doesn't have the short area quickness that you need at the nickel spot. But from safety, I think that works pretty well. So it's actually not a bad. He played really well at safety overall. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. They got another guy, Trey Brown, at the corner spot. Most people don't remember him because before Woolen, he was kind of the upcoming corner. He played in a short span of time, but he looked amazing. Then he got an Achilles injury, so he basically spent all last year out. And so we'll see what he got. Right now, they got him as a starter.
And last question, Ryan said thoughts about Jamal Adams.
Complicated subject. All right, I lean on the side of grace. Most of y'all's fans have pitchforks. For me, I'm not mad at Jamal. Really, like it's not his fault that he basically his first year when he came, he was great for us. Literally the only pass rush the team had. So great, dynamic. The year after that, they started playing him differently. They wanted him to kind of play like Earl Thomas, and that's not his game. Like they didn't put him in the proper position, I feel like, to succeed. So I blame the coaches for that. He did okay, but he got cooked sometimes and it didn't look good. So what they did was completely change the defensive scheme 3-4 in large part to take advantage of Jamal. But then he got hurt in the first week. So we definitely haven't gotten a return. We got fleeced for sure by the Jets. It's cool. We fleeced the Broncos. So really all as well. Like we got the picks, we lost from
So
Jamal
it
Adams
was
back.
more so like Seattle was trying to make him more like Ed Reed when he plays best when he's like toward bottom.
Mhm.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct. So they really were misusing him. Now I'm curious to see what it'll look like this year. I hope he can come back from the injury. To be honest, I'm a little worried that like he had a quad tendon injury. Basically, his hamstring completely came off his muscle.
Yeah.
Like I just hope he can be the same dude. I don't know. Either way, I never have any animosity against the player. But we lost that trade and it ain't even close.
Those hamstrings are very sensitive, especially for a secondary guy.
Yeah.
Like that's how Dion kind of like fell off towards like the end of like the Cowboys years and Redskins years. So yeah.
It's unfortunate. And because he was so young when we got him, you wouldn't anticipate he'd have that many injuries, but they swung, they missed, and we'll see where it goes. But either way, he all right in my book, but hopefully he'll take a pay cut if he's gonna stay around because they may actually cut him because of his salary coming up. We'll see. This year is important for him.
Cool. All right, it does appreciate you, Candace, for the Seahawks talk.
Absolutely.
Next up, we'll give it the rounds, but first out the word from our sponsor at SeatGeek.
SeatGeek is the ticket app that takes the confusion out of buying tickets. When you use our code LPR Media, you will get $20 off your first SeatGeek order. SeatGeek scores each ticket selection 0 to 10 to let you know if you're getting a good deal or a bad deal. Click the link in the description to download the app, and remember our code LPR Media for $20 off your first order. SeatGeek, your route to high quality ticket selection.
All right. The previous defending Super Bowl champs falling off after the year. LA Rams. Melvin.
Yeah. All right, we got a little hangover still going on, especially after last season. Went 5-12 last year. A lot of injuries. A lot of injuries on both ends of the ball. Matt Stafford went out early, and then bring in Bryce Perkins and later on, and then also Baker Mayfield came in, saved the games for us, so that kind of helped out a little bit. As far as like off season, we have Coleman Shelton in the center position coming back, which is a huge upgrade for that offensive line. That offensive line is depleted right now. It's full of young guys, except Rob Havenstein, who's a vet, been on all the teams since we've been in LA. And then also we got Cam Akers, of course, coming back. Hopefully he can have a better year coming off the Achilles the year before. Also, of course, Matt Stafford coming back. He's looking pretty good in the training camp right now. And also we signed DeMarcus Robinson as far as wide receivers go. He's like probably on that receiving core, probably the oldest guy on the receiving core outside of Cooper Kupp, of course. But now, we heard about the news of Cooper Kupp. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about that. So we got Pokunuku from BYU, who we drafted. Also, we still got Van Jefferson, who's been the number 3 receiver past couple years.
Number 2 fantasy pick.
Exactly. Number 2 overall fantasy pick, Van Jefferson. Yes.
Can't forget that. So it should be interesting this year as far as like the offense goes. This whole year is gonna be a go by committee. Last year the offensive line was terrible. It didn't help Matt Stafford at all. It didn't help Matt Stafford at all after the previous year, the previous great year he had, won the Super Bowl and everything. On the defensive side of the ball, of course, we got Aaron Donald back from an injury. Even though he played 11 games last season, that's like the first time. But it's like the first time he's had like a big injury in his whole career. So that should be he should be coming back on a tear for sure. Because especially like I feel like people are like kind of doubting him. Just thinking, because and you just have one injury and you just think it fell off, and then people talk about you got people like better pass rush like Michael Parsons Chris Jones that possibly over you right now, and then you drop down the top 100 to 11. So he should be come back with a vengeance. But it's gonna be interesting with that. It's a young defense too. We have a bunch of 2nd-year and 3rd-year players. Got J.P. Johnson in the secondary. We also have Bobby Brown the 4th down right next to on the D line, which I hope he can. I'm expecting a good year for him. Just hope he can relieve Aaron Donald of getting double teamed. But I think he's probably the only one. Then we have Jones. So I think it's tough. It's kind of like this year's gonna be like I feel like this year is kind of like the end of the PPP loan.
That's a perfect way to put it. Actually,
you made me thinking the BS Hot documentary. I almost got mad.
I still need to watch it. I gotta watch it too. I really want to watch it.
You gotta watch it. It's great.
You gotta watch it. Les Snead was scamming the league for the past couple years. I appreciate it. We got Super Bowl out of it, so I'm not mad. But it's pretty much a year. Like right now, we're on the ramen noodle hot dog diet right now. So what'd you say? Hot dog diet. So we're gonna get back to the lobster later. All that. But anyway, yeah, just Trey, and also we drafted Trey Tomlinson from TCU in 3rd round this year. So I expect good things from him. And then Steve Avila, who's on the offensive line from TCU also. Those 2 guys who both from same school, I expect like great years for them because we definitely need like development on our team instead of just going after year after year, just getting free agents, looting, what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty much it. If y'all got any questions, I ain't have much. I don't expect much this year, honestly. It's gonna be tough, but I'm very loyal. I've been through worse.
Yeah, I got one. And it goes back to what Took just said and what Trevor been talking about. So it's Matt Stafford, Took's version of Russell Wilson, and Trevor's version of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Is he done?
Is Matt Stafford done? Basically.
Yeah, I think he has a couple years left. Like I said, that I hope that it just depends on the offensive line. If the offensive line can hold up for him, if the offensive line can hold up for him, I think he can at least last a couple years.
I'll follow up. Hold on, Sharky. I gotta do this.
I got a quote.
Go ahead.
I'm about to pull the Rick Pitino. Andrew Whitworth ain't walking through that door.
Okay, I'm gonna follow up Sharky's question with this.
Yeah.
Over under 5 starts for Stetson Bennett.
I forgot they drafted him.
Yeah, we drafted him. Yeah, drafted him 6th round. And he's looked terrible this preseason.
Oh boy.
I say under.
I'm very in the preseason. So
yeah. I'm saying under. I say like 3.
Okay.
I'm kind of like I said, I don't trust his O-line as far as I can throw him this year. So I'm expecting him to. I'm expecting something to happen, and then you're gonna have to bring in Stetson Bennett. I think, which honestly, right now we only have 2 quarterbacks. Because we got rid of John Wofford this year to the Bucks. So we have just Stafford and Bennett right now. So I'm we have you have Colt McCoy out there. So I can, just something to at least back up. I don't think Stetson Bennett is ready. But honestly, this with this organization, they have somebody's got to be ready, now, because we can't deal with trying to bring in free agent after free agent after free agent every year.
Hey, respect the Colt McCoy and the Josh Johnsons of the world, because they still find a way to play football all these years at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, I keep finding them on somebody's team. That's back up.
Longhorn Colt McCoy. Put some respect on his name.
Yeah.
All right. My other question, real quick. What are your expectations for Darrell Henderson?
He's gone.
Darrell
He's back.
No, he's gone.
No, I said they cut him mid-season.
Oh, they got him mid-season. Oh, my
Yeah,
bad.
they
My
cut him.
bad.
He
That's
like
on me.
signed with the
good.
Jaguars. I don't know if he in the
Oh, that's right. He did. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. That's on me. That's on me. That's
No,
my
you
bad.
good. You good.
I mean, speaking of the running backs, though, like Cam Akers, shout out to Ryan for bringing him out. Will he actually have 1,000 yards total this season? Because this has been a lot of expectations on him his whole career.
Yeah. Like I said, the Achilles, him having an Achilles injury a couple years ago, doesn't help. And also that, like I said, that, like last year, that O-line is terrible. And I think it's gonna be terrible this year. I think with Cam, with Cooper Kupp being out for Lord knows how long, he's definitely on IR. They just announced it today, so he's out for at least 4 games. So he's gonna have to definitely like take that load,
He's gonna have to carry the load offensively.
Offensively a whole lot. I think he can scrounge up to 1,000. He had like 890 last year, so but I think like he can like scrounge up at least 1,000 just off what he's gonna have to do.
And bringing up the other weapons, y'all had Tyler Higbee 600 yards, and then outside of Cooper Kupp, who was injured most of the season, still led the team in yards. None of the other receiver had 400 yards. So again, what did y'all do to correct that over the offseason? And then what are you expecting from them this season, especially with Cooper Kupp being injured again?
Good question. Van Jefferson, who's been there, like I said, I mentioned, been there a couple years. He's been out there. He was like in previous like third best receiver. It's been I expect him to do something like I said with Cam Akers. Like this year is gonna be like somebody gonna have to step up. Everybody gonna have to step up in some way, some form or fashion. Tyler Higbee gonna have to get some more targets. Gonna have to get some catches. Pokunuku, the rookie from BYU, he's actually the one that's been looking out of all the rookies, looking the best out of all the especially out of the receivers. Him and Demarcus Robinson. Demarcus Robinson is a veteran. I just think you have the 4 that you're gonna have to put out there with Nuku and Robinson, then Higbee and Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson's gonna be your number 1. That's a tall task, but somebody step out. McVay can motivate. McVay can motivate. So.
Can I ask a question? Am I allowed to ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'm curious with this because I know you see y'all on a hot dog and ramen diet this year. I guess my question is this: like, based on who y'all even drafted this past off season, like, do you trust their drafting ability to get back to like long term? Because like I guess from my view, like they ain't even been picking good picks with the people they got. So like, how can you rebuild and get back to where you were? Like, you don't draft well.
Absolutely. I think to your point, you have a great point there, but also you got to think about you got to actually like give the players a chance to develop. So that's one thing I've been disappointed with this organization on. Like for example, John Wofford been sitting on the bench for 3 years, and they didn't do anything with him. They brought in Baker Mayfield over him. They even though he got hurt when last season when they brought him in for Stafford, and then Bryce Perkins came in during the Chiefs game, and then that's when after they signed Baker Mayfield. But you gotta just give them a chance. You gotta give them the lump. You gotta give them the lumps. You gotta let them move. It's 36 rookies on this team. 36 rookies on this team. So
they don't get the reps now.
That's a high percentage out of a 53-man roster.
36 out of 53.
They don't get the reps now. Okay.
So it sounds like y'all need to be trading.
It look like, hold on, I gotta ask this too because there have been talks about the possibility of moving Aaron Donald. Now I hate that he said that he didn't want to come to Pittsburgh, but that's just me. So yeah, what's that looking like as far as Aaron Donald is concerned, as far as possibly moving him? Mike is, oh my God, I just read the comment.
I said they went for FD's picks to take these dicks.
Hey,
listen to audio.
It's the kiss of death.
It's so accurate.
It's the kiss of
I
death.
can't-
They
I
got
can't-
a
I
Super
can't-
Bowl out of it,
I
but
can't be mad. I can't be mad.
they got a Super Bowl out of it. Hey, it is what it is.
Oh, that was great. Yeah. Yep.
I love the comments. I love y'all, man.
No, y'all tripping, dog.
Ryan, do not clock out. You get a promotion for that joke. I'm sorry. You don't clock out. You get a promotion for that.
That phone said F them picks. I F you too, Danny.
Oh man, that's
Y'all wildin',
Oh,
bro.
man.
Y'all wildin'.
Wild in the comments. That's funny.
But yeah, so yeah, Aaron Donald, like I said, as we know, he's been contemplating retiring. Dangling to carry it over the organization's face. So I've kind of been thinking about this today before I came on here. They might have to eventually, if let's say this season, like the first, I think with this season is going to be determined within the first 5 games. Because we have you guys, Candace, on Sunday,
Yeah,
and then we have and then we have then we got the 49ers at SoFi. So and then we got Colts right after Seahawks game. We got week 2. But I think if the season is already off the rails, even this season or then next season, you might have to cut your losses like you did with Jalen Ramsey. Like Jalen Ramsey still wanted to be in LA, but you gotta get some picks.
Y'all played the Eagles in week 4. I looked at y'all's schedule and I felt bad.
Our first 6 is tough.
Yeah, I mean, really got you can beat the Colts probably, but okay.
But a cap is really cap. Like I just saw y'all paying Cooper Cup $1 million this season. Granted, it's restructured and all that. But
No
still,
way.
that's crazy. Yeah, like they restructuring everything, but like base salary, they paying Cooper Cup $1 million. Shit, I would have got injured too.
Hey, the Rams just gave Nick Bosa their big contract, and then they restructured some more folks and freed up like $23 million.
I need the
Cap is
magicians.
cap. Travis say it all the time.
Yep.
Hey, you say it all the time, man.
The cap is cap. Goodness gracious.
Oh, right.
But you got you got to definitely might have to eventually cut your loss. Like Aaron Donald's legacies are cemented. So if it's like not going anywhere these next couple seasons, you might have to like they'll eventually like have to like maybe cut the losses and try to get something back. So.
Well, let's get to the show's been fun so far anyway, but the most fun part of the show, the NFC West predictions. So we'll start from the bottom with Melvin, Candace, swing back up to Trevor, Took, then end with me. What is your prediction? What is your order, period? Your ranking 1 through 4 in the NFC West division for this season.
I think with this division, it's pretty much the 49ers. It's pretty much their division right now. I think they have 3 great playmakers and 4 playmakers. Brandon Ayuk has really stepped up in the past couple years. Then you also have, of course, Deebo Samuel. He can place anywhere on the offensive side. George Kittle, hopefully he stays healthy. He did all right last year as far as like staying healthy. That's been his issue past couple seasons. And then you also have, of course, Christian McCaffrey, probably one of the best running backs in the league, of course. And then next, I have Seahawks. I think Seahawks have. Depends on what happens with the running back situation. We'll see what Geno can do for the rest of his time. Who else we got? Then we got I've been like jogging my brain about my team and the Cardinals. It's just like
y'all can't get Caleb Williams because she got no first round pick. So
no.
Exactly. You don't have a first. So you can't get
You better try and win.
Y'all in the gray area, boy. Who-wee.
Oh, y'all got one this upcoming draft? Oh, tight then.
So I've been, but like, I just I kind of want to, need a line, offensive line. But if, like I said, I always say in any draft, any sport draft, take the best player available. So I can get Caleb Williams. I would love Caleb Williams. So I've been like contemplating like between like the Cardinals and the Rams as far as like 3 and 4. I think Rams would be 3. I think Cardinals have a way less talent than we do. Just as far as like I think they're especially with Kyler Murray, you don't know when Kyler Murray's come back, and then you starting Joshua Dobbs. So I don't know what they want to do as far as like this season. But I think Martindale. I think McVay more than Martindale would probably like be more determined to where that's just how Sean McVay is. So I have 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals, respectfully.
Cool.
Candace.
All right, so y'all gonna call me a homer, but all right, I got the Seahawks winning the division barely by the skin of our 10. I'm gonna tell you what, the 49ers are a better roster. That's no debate. But okay, if you paid attention, the 49ers go back and forth every year like a seesaw. Well, one year they injury riddled. Next year they go make a super deep playoff run. Next year they injury riddled. Next year super deep playoff run. All right, they had that super deep playoff run last season. All right, and Christian McCaffrey is not known to be particularly healthy. My guess is they get bit a little bit by the injury bug and they lose the extra couple games and make the difference. So I got Seahawks going 12-5. Don't laugh at me. We're going 12-5. That's my prediction. 49ers 11-6. So by skin on 10-10. We do it. And then sorry Rams, I got y'all winning like 5 games, but I didn't put games to win for the Cardinals because I don't know how much fire they got in their gut. I don't know if y'all saw that video. I don't know if they got enough fire in their gut to win a game. So I didn't bother to do that calculation.
Yeah.
They're going to lose as many as possible.
Well, too, since Trevor lagged out.
Yeah, what Trevor?
I don't know something.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you try to get back in.
Oh, geez, I was actually still picking.
Well, I can
so
go
of course. Oh, yeah, convince me. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
Candace, it's not what you said isn't crazy because I'm still kind of like teetering. I'm gonna go ahead and choose the 49ers because y'all pretty much had Division 1. Then y'all went on some type of skid at some point, like closer to the end of the season.
Yep.
And the 49ers came back to the division.
Correct.
But I think, like you said, the 49ers just have the best team. Yeah. Even if they get bit back, unless they just have have the Titans injury look and have 30 players on IR. Unless it just gets that bad, I believe they'll find a way to squeak and get in the division. But y'all be right behind. So like they'll be 12-5, y'all be 11-6. So, but what you said isn't crazy. Like y'all gonna be competing. Y'all got a shot. Y'all defense gets better. Y'all right there in the division. Right. So I got y'all second. Then pretty much y'all division, in my opinion, is kind of like the AFC South division where you got the Jags and Titans. Then after that, the other 2 teams battling for. They ain't trying to get the number 1 pick, but they're they're bottom feeders. Y'all got the Cardinals and Rams. The Caleb Williams sweepstakes. I think the Cardinals are going to do a little bit of a job of it because they literally did everything they need to do to get the number 1 pick. Unlike y'all still going to try Matthew Stafford out there. Y'all still going to try Aaron Donald out there. Y'all going to steal a couple extra wins doing it. So I got y'all third at like 5-12 or something, or 6-11. And the Cardinals, I used to try and predict teams going 0-17. I ain't going to do it again. They're going to be like 1-16. They're gonna sneak one somewhere.
Yeah.
That's
Trevor. Trevor is back. What you
Yeah, I'm back for some reason. I don't know why these folks kicked me out. My computer decided it wanted to do an update and I had to restart, but whatever. Hey. So the top of this division is the 49ers to lose. I just can't see how, with all the weapons that they have on both sides of the ball, I just can't see how they lose this division.
Injuries.
Coming in at number 2, but not too far behind from San Francisco, is the Seattle Seahawks. I do really think The Seattle will be right there. I think they'll be just a tad bit better this season than they were last season. At number 3, unfortunately, it will have to be the Los Angeles Rams because with all the moves that the team below them, which will be the Arizona Cardinals, made, it's clearly evident that the Arizona Cardinals are going to tank for Caleb Williams. I would be surprised if they even win a game this year. I really fully expect them to go 0-17, which will work fine for Kyler Murray because then he can play Call of Duty as much as he wants to going forward. So that's how the NFC West shapes out for me. 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, and then Cardinals.
This is why I needed Tyler to come because I still don't know, to be honest with you. First things concerned, we know that the Arizona Cardinals will be finishing first with the first pick, I should say. And they look, where do we get Caleb Williams or the homie Sanders son, primetime son? Either one of them. Please,
Oh no,
come on out here to good old hot ass.
I love Shador, but they taking Caleb Williams. That's just too easy for them.
Or the guy from North Carolina, Drake May. He good too.
Nah,
he's good.
Cool with me.
I gotta see it. I gotta see more from Drake May. But
Caleb Williams been doing it longer. Nah.
Cool with me.
Yeah, Caleb Williams ahead, but yeah, he's right. He's next.
So I just want to cheer for a black quarterback. Speaking of which, I feel like it's a curse on the 49ers. I feel like it's a curse on them that would have been lifted if they would have messed with Trey Lance a little bit more because it's going to take a black quarterback to help get over the black quarterback curse. I think they curse. I'm going Seahawks number 1. I do think with the weapons that the 49ers do have, they should get the number 2. But I'm not a believer in Brock Purdy. I say that because a lot of people, Brock Purdy, I've seen a lot of first-year quarterbacks, whether they're rookies or not, have hot seasons. And in the second season, they're like, damn, what the hell wrong with them?
Yeah.
And then you're talking about they backup, who Sam Darnold, who I saw out for the last 2-3 years in the Carolina Panthers uniform. So I'm like, those two quarterbacks, you can have as many weapons in the world. If you ain't got nobody giving them the damn ball, you can't expect much for them to do on offense. So Brock Purdy make me a believer this season. They could easily, number 1, damn it, they could easily be in the Super Bowl this season. But I'm not a Brock Purdy believer until I believe it, until I see it. So I got the number 2, Rams number 3, and like I said, Arizona finishing first with the first pick.
I mean that's a good what you call to make with Brock Purdy, but I just think with all the weapons he has around him, you just basically just say don't make any mistakes. That's pretty much you're asking Brock Purdy to do. Don't make any mistakes. Don't turn the ball over. Get the ball to your playmakers and just let them do what they do.
Let them go. I feel that.
Yeah. That's what Shanahan. That's what Shanahan does. Like he can adjust like no matter what. I think they still are depleted on right tackle. And then also like what you said,
should have
like,
been left tackle. That way TJ would have been rushing him this Sunday.
Right.
But it's all good.
but we all can't get what we want, can we, Trevor? So but yeah, like what Toop said, as far as like first and second year, that's just like how they figure it out. Like your opposing teams will figure out your adjustments. Brock Purdy only played 8 games last season, so they got to figure it out. And they'll figure it out. Figure out his tendencies and everything. So.
Well, they're gonna figure out they're gonna be right back in the bottom 5 again, picking another black quarterback they ain't gonna play.
Come on, Shador.
They traded up. They traded up to get Trey Lance, so they ain't finished.
They traded up for Trey Lance. That's what made it worse.
It's tough. But that's it for the show. Candace, Melvin, appreciate y'all joining us. Let the people know where they can follow you at. Start with Candace, then Melvin.
Okay. All right. So for my football content, you can follow me at Ethos Seahawks. It's pretty much where my NFL stuff is. But of course, for all Grizz content, NBA content, you can follow me at Candace H901. I think that's all I got. Yeah. Check me out.
I'm definitely gonna follow you, Candace. I really enjoyed working with you tonight. So
appreciate it.
Hey, really had fun. Appreciate y'all for having me. I'm Melvin Purdy. Y'all follow me on Twitter. It's on my it's on my header right here. MLVNPRDY. It's my name with no vowels. I'm not
His
related to
name
Brock
without
Purdy.
the vowels. There you go.
Yeah. If you know your vowels.
No, let's stop playing like people don't already follow you already, dog. I mean, let's stop the cap already.
No, I don't like to brag. I don't like to broach. But yeah, follow me. I'm a good follow. As far as like people know. But I appreciate y'all for having me. Rams house. Maybe let's hope for Caleb Williams, I guess.
Man, y'all better work praying for Shadua, man. Get Shadua in LA.
Yeah.
Get Shadua in LA, man. That's
I can dig it, get some type of swag, to Inglewood.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yep. But as always, y'all know y'all can follow us on Twix, IG, and TikTok at LBR_media. Subscribe and watch, like always, on Let's Be Real Media on YouTube and Let's Be Real Sports on any audio platform. Also, check out other podcasts on Network, Three the Harder Way, and the Genius Report, as well as support us with our sponsors at SeatGeek and BetStamp. You can always follow me on Twitter at DAONE_P Shark.
Yeah, welcome home, BG. We need to get this Hot Boys tour or reunion tour going as soon as we possibly can. You can follow me on Twix at the Art of Trevor. Let's Be Real Gaming is gonna be coming this week, actually.
Yeah, 2K dropped tonight. I heard folks are like flying to New Zealand to play 2K, be the first ones to play 2K. Like it's getting that
because
serious.
they 16 hours ahead, so that's why they and
I'll be literally flying to New Zealand.
I will be starting Let's Be Real Gaming with NBA 2K24. I'm trying to bring real basketball back, and I'm just trying to do it just to have fun. I'm not really trying to I need other stuff to do besides work and podcasting. So hey, that's why I'm here.
Let's do it. Hey man, hey Scott Fitty, David Tepper, get y'all head out y'all asses. Y'all pay the best player on the team, man. Pay Brian Burns, man. Stop playing with my guy. Play with him. Add Tab Shakir. Speaking of Twigs, Candace, I'm gonna go and look at that Grizz Twitter when I made everybody mad. And if I see you in the comments, just know I'm hitting them DMs. So I know what I remember Melvin said. Melvin was all right. He was all right. Everybody else was
you my brother. I ain't gonna
cool with you, man.
We love you, man. But that one, hey,
I'm pretty sure you'll find me in the quote tweets. I think
everybody has a bold statement once in a while, and the one that you made on 3TH was booed. So
this is all love, man.
And follow our last two members at _Scalito and at It's Really Sheedy. Until next time, peace.